Hello, welcome to Productions MJC. My name is Mark. Time to pick on somebody else. Time to expose the lies for what they are. Okay, this person right here, they have this video, Flat Earth Perspective, How Horizons Change. Now, I want to explain that this really is a great explanation of flat earth perspective. Not only what flat earthers call perspective, but their actual mental perspective on things. See this, he's got tons of viewers, well, hardly any flat earther out there doesn't have a lot of people following behind them because they all crave attention. I'm going to go through this video and just play with it here. Only a minute and 12 into it, he's got a board sitting there. That is a 1x6. Roughly, in America, that's 1 inch, 2.54 centimeter, and it is 6 inches high. And he wants to reveal a secret. Hiding behind that board is a giant umbrella. But the most interesting thing, I'm going to cut in parts, I'm going to jump around, I'm going to take out pieces, and of course I'll be accused of taking it out of context. But I will let him say it, and then I'll explain what he said. So let me pop it open here. And now, listen to what he has to say. I'll see if I don't know if I've stopped it in the right spot. But right there is his secret, his surprise. And let's go. He's already done the big reveal back here. But as you can see, look at how huge his head is. The camera starts out about 2.5 centimeter, about 1 inch off the ground. And his head is huge. And he's saying, let's say you're 2.5 feet off the, 2 feet 6 inches off the water. This is why you can't see stuff far behind there, is because these objects block your view that are out there. But let's see if I've got this right. I don't know if I did.
Wave in front of us.
Oh, here we go.
As maybe a small wave in front of.
Now, did you hear that? A small wave. Okay, let's go for that again.
As maybe a small wave in.
A small wave. Now I'm gonna of course back it up here, and I'm gonna let you hear a little bit more. He's already got in your mind, you're thinking a small wave. Let's do some analysis here. When he gets that camera on the ground, it's about 1 inch high, 2.54 centimeter. In relation to how high the camera is, this small wave is, well, a 1x6 is actually about 5.5 inches. So it is approximately 5.5 times as high as how high the camera is. And I'll show you. I'm not making this up.
In front of us.
Let's hear that again.
Is consider the board as maybe a small wave in front of us, and because we are low to the ground, that is what creates our horizon. But if we rise,
okay, he's saying it's actually the wave that creates the horizon. He's saying that this wave out, this small wave that's 5.5 times as high as our camera is what's causing the horizon. Let's turn that and say, okay, I have filmed at Bear Lake, Utah. From 80 feet off the water, I have filmed all of a building that is 55 feet high. I was 15.5 miles away. Now, when I got 16 miles away and I was 20 feet off the water, I was 1/4 as high. The building practically disappeared. But according to his theory, I'm 20 feet off the water. So there had to be a 100-foot high wave out there blocking my view of the 55-foot tall building. You see what I'm saying about their perspective? They're calling this perspective. Oh, you got to take this into account, this perspective. Their mental perspective is warped. Let alone the math doesn't play out. That board is probably, let's guess. He doesn't really give you a decent way to tell. Well, maybe there. Let's take a look.
A new horizon. And of course, it's not due to a bulge in front of us. Get high.
Okay, he says that it's not because of a bulge that you can't see that. It's because of this. Taking into account the width of the board, flopping it 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's be generous. 5. Maybe he's actually 3 feet. Let's just be real generous. He's 3 feet away from the board. So let's just say he's 6 times. 5, 6 times. Let's just say 6. He's 6 times the distance of the board away from him. So the camera at, let's see, let me do the math here. The object is 16 miles away, but I'm 20 feet off the water. So it has to be a wave 100 feet high, and that wave has to be situated out there. How far? Think about it. That wave has to be only 600 feet offshore from me, 100 feet high. That would block more than just a 55-foot tall building. See, once you start to do the math, nothing plays out. Nothing works. He's saying that's a small wave. A small wave that's 5.5 times as high as your camera height is a small wave. Why do people believe in flat Earth? It gets them attention. Do they really believe in it? Probably not, but it's a good vehicle to get them attention. It is one of the most idiotic things. I mean, look how much of the tree that board blocks, because the board is close. If he was to stick that board out there roughly 10 times as far as it is right now, it wouldn't block. He situated that. It's a magician trick. It's just all a magician's trick. He's a liar. He's fooling you. He's laughing in your face if you actually, honestly, are not one of these attention hogs and you believe it. But if you're investigating it, that's different. I mean, if you're trying to find out the answer and you wonder, okay, that's fine. Seeking knowledge, seeking information, seeking the truth, not just somebody's opinion, idea, philosophy, or joke on humanity. I mean, that 6-inch board at that distance from the camera is probably blocking 3 feet of tree because of the angle. If it was a small board, lay it on its side and let's see how much it blocks. If it was, as he said, a small wave, lay it on its side and let's see how much of the umbrella it blocks. They play in drastics. They play in exaggerations. None of it is real. It sounds good at first. The way he explains it, you're going, oh, yeah, that sounds good. Unless you think about it. This guy, and others I've pointed out, have their little scams out there. He's already got you. See, it's the power of suggestion. Think of this huge obstacle in your vision as if it was a small wave. Let's see if you see if it's a small wave. You know, I mean, look at the size of his head. You can tell. That camera might not even be an inch high, and yet he's blocking it with that. He's saying a small wave.
As maybe a small wave in front of us.
A small wave in front of us. It's like a cargo ship in front of us, parked 100 yards offshore, and then saying you can't see anything behind it. Duh! No kidding. No freaking joke, you can't see anything behind it. You know, I'll tell you what. You go out on the freeway, roll a basketball down the freeway, let it get a mile away from you, and have a bus 2 miles away from you. Let's see if that basketball blocks that bus. But if you put your camera on the ground and you put the basketball a foot away from you, and you say, well, it's just a small wave blocking the view of that bus. It's just a little bump in the concrete. Not hardly. I mean, these are the kind of jokes these jerks propagate. It's a magician trick. The magician doesn't saw the lady in half. The magician doesn't eat the ping pong ball. The magician doesn't turn a handkerchief into a live bird. It's illusion. It's all fricking illusion. Perspective is a drawing term in order to show optical illusion on paper. The whole thing is illusion. But, you know, there are people out there that will suck this in, people that dwell on it, people that just can't get it out of their head. Because as soon as they let go of it, as soon as they let go of flat Earth, they become normal. They become a normal person. No longer attention, no longer the life of the party. You know, just average people that live on a spinning ball. You know that this person is disgusting, just as all the other flat Earth video makers are out there. They know they're producing a lie, but they intentionally put that board 2-3 feet away from you, stand it on its edge, so it's the tallest it can possibly be. Just like Taboo Conspiracy, he sends his wife over to the opposite shore with a 4-foot tall mirror. She stands the mirror up on the edge, not laying it down on the long side so it's only a foot high. Oh no, she stands that up on the skinny side so it's 4 feet high, and then he says, well, the curvature drop by my calculation should be this, this, and this. And he's calculating from ground level to ground level. Yet his camera isn't at ground level, and his assistant has got a 4-foot tall frickin' mirror. She's got a skyscraper compared to what he's trying to test. And he always says his camera's 2.5 feet high. I've filmed 2.5 feet high. You can see what 2.5 feet high looks in my videos. It looks like this, like you're on the edge of the water. And they say, well, there's a wave out there that's 2 feet high blocking your view. Well, that's why I've challenged Taboo Conspiracy and anybody else to go to that lake, Bear Lake, between the border of Idaho and Utah. 18 miles long, 6 3/4 mile wide. Film from one end to the other. Film from the southern end, the building at the northern end. Because you'll have to have a wave 1,000 feet high to block your view. This guy's a liar. He knows he's a liar. He does this, he sets up the trick and then makes you think. I mean, look how big the dude's head is. Come on. His mustache is wide enough to block your view at that close. See, another thing too is they're placing these blocking agents very close to the camera, if he's saying that that is a mile away, you know, in reference, if the edge of his yard is a mile long, then he's placing that blocking object here 100 feet away from you at most. And yeah, if something 5.5 times tall as you, say you're 6 feet tall, you got a 30-foot tall object of some kind blocking your view, and they say you can't see the building that's 6 miles away. Yeah, I can't see anything past that big frickin' thing blocking my view. Sorry, it just drives me nuts. Liars like this that prey on people. I mean, there's a few that he'll prey on. Most of them, nah. They know he's full of crap. They know he's a liar. But praising him, he'll praise them back. Attention. It's all about attention. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. This has been Mark with Productions MJC.